service track, and I'm talking about value match selling and aspiring to inspire. And what I want to talk about here about is closing, and specifically about asking for the close. You know, I remember when I started out selling early in my career, when I was in my teens practically, and I was selling carpet. And I had a young family when I was about 21 years old, and I wasn't making any sales. And it was really frustrating because I was going broke fast. And then I realized, I read a book about asking for the close, and I practiced certain closes, and then I disciplined myself to ask for a check. I can remember people coming into the carpet store and they would say, you know, Will, we love everything you've shared us. You've told us all about the twist per yarn, the color, the dye, the thickness, the weight, everything. You've been so helpful. We're going to go home and think about it. We're going to let you know. And I'd say, okay, and I'd let them out the door. Then they'd drive down the street and they'd go to Joe's Carpet Barn. And in Joe's Carpet Barn, they'd walk in and the salesperson would say, hi, how are you? They'd say, we're just looking around. He'd say, well, what are you looking for? And they'd know exactly what the weight was, the color was, the twist per yarn, everything. And then they'd say, you know, we feel so bad about letting old Will down, but just give us an idea. What would you charge for a carpet of this weight, this thickness, with this color, this dye, this name? Well, that salesperson hadn't invested anything in the sales process, and yet he knew everything he needed to know to compete with me. And he'd say, well, what do I need to sell it for? And they'd tell him, well, if we could get it for like $1 less than what Will told us, I guess, you know, we'd feel bad, but we'd probably need to do something about that. And then he'd give him a better price, and then he'd ask him for the sale. And I'd lose sales. So I learned fast that I needed to ask people for the check when they were there with me. And I needed to remember that if I didn't ask, I wasn't doing my part in helping them move forward. One of my favorite parts was, let's stop shopping for the carpet and let's start planning for the drapes. And that was my favorite close. All it would take is a check for this much money today, a deposit, and a signature on this agreement, and we get started and you go plan for your new draperies. How's that sound? Go pick out your new couch. Anyway, I want to encourage you, anything you can do to remember you have to ask for the close on every sale, and that will help double your sales. Take care and have an aspiring to inspire year. This is Will.